that will change and impact you. It's like some of the things are so minor. You just gotta do it. And you gotta be held accountable. I was like, you see me, how much I wanna give y'all. I wanna tell y'all so much. But I can't do it in one day. That's why I would hope that you guys join the community with us. Like, it's a whole year of y'all getting this goodness. I promise you, the work you put in will be impacted and you will see the results. All right, so I would like to call my next person up. This is going to be a good session right here because this one could kick up a little drama. So this is my conflict coach and my publicist, Adrian. Y'all give Adrian a round of applause. And this session is going to be very interactive. You can sit down whenever you're ready. This session is going to be very interactive, so I'm going to give her an opportunity. How many people understand that conflict can shake your whole world? How many people understanding that doing good business, you have to know how to handle conflicts in everything that you do? You can have people that it is their intention to start something. They're just negative. Have you ever met a person that they're just negative? And you can do a couple of things. You can match that energy. You can leave it alone. Or you can do something that they probably don't expect. Respond in a more professional, positive way. Right? And I've mastered that. I don't have time for conflict because I'll swing on you. I'm just playing. Real not. That's the old me. That's the old me. Y'all read my book. He's out there. I know me. I am who I am. All right, well, I'm going to turn it over to Adrian and let her handle this conversation.
Lord. Hey again, y'all. So has anyone in here ever taken a conflict session? Mine? Like, how many people in here know how to effectively recognize and respond to conflict? Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. How many people avoid conflict at all costs? Like you are an avoider, like you're just like, if conflict happens, I'm out the door.
It depends on it's a case by case scenario.
So what we're going to do, so I am, as Blair mentioned, I am a publicist, but I'm also a certified conflict resolution, conflict management specialist. So I created a deck of cards. It's a conflict toolkit, it's called Meet Me in the Middle. And so when I've done these sessions before, we are usually in circles and we are going through the cards, but we are going to be interactive today and we're going to work these. And so listen, if I point at you, you're expected to respond, okay? Like, ain't no, I don't talk, and nope, this is interactive. You will have to respond. So in my deck comes with a scenario card, a response card, a tool card, and then there's a wild card. It's going to give you a scenario. And when I read the scenario to you, I want you to think of it in the space that you are in right now. So when you initially hear this scenario, what would you do as the person that you are? And then I'm going to give you a tool to think about that same scenario and how you can respond effectively to that scenario. And then there'll be a wild card that I'll throw in there. We together?
Yeah.
All right. So this first scenario, you ask someone for help and they make you feel guilty about it. Yes. You ask someone for help and they make you feel guilty about it. So where you are now, how would you respond to that?
Me.
Well, both of y'all. Y'all really quick to say me, so let's go. So where you are now, how would you respond to that?
Now, repeat that one more time.
You ask for help and they make you feel guilty about it.
I just want to ask no more.
That's most people
I just do it again.
Right?
Because I don't like to feel uncomfortable.
Y'all hear that? Is that y'all hear? I see a lot of people shaking heads. Is that you too? It's like, I just won't ask anymore. But what if your tool, oh, go on, sorry.
But what if at some point in their lives they said, I'll help you if you need help?
Ooh, I have a response, but I'm gonna get there. Because, and what I will say, She said, what if they have told you previously that if you need help, you can ask me for it?
Close mouth.
Don't get it.
So the tool is name the unmet need. I needed to feel supported. So that answers you as well, right? It's like somebody has told you, if you need help, just ask me. But then when you ask them, they made you feel guilty about it. And so you could either not ask for help anymore, or you can verbalize how you feel. I needed to feel supported in that moment, and you did not give me the support that I needed. So the response, I need to step away. I don't want to say something I'll regret, which is boundary setting. Ooh. Or you hang the phone up. No. But we have to set boundaries. When we're dealing with conflict, one of the best things that we can do for ourselves and for the people around us is to set boundaries. Because if people don't respect you and your boundaries, nothing will change. The wild card in that situation, the person you're arguing with shares a vulnerable truth. So this is the cycle, right? They've told you they would help you. You asked them for help. They made you feel guilty about it. But then on the back end, they were dealing with something else, and now they're vulnerable about it. And so now it's in your court again. Because you needed help. You set the boundary, but then they shared something with you that you didn't know. So that's why the tools are important, right? Like when you have that tool, you know. So instead of you lashing out, instead of you acting in turn, instead of you saying, I'm not going to ask for help anymore, you know to use the tools that you have in your toolkit to say, okay, let's talk about this. What is this really about? Because I know I needed your help, but now I know you need help. So that's why we discuss, that's why we have tools. And so again, I speak about boundaries. And so the scenario is you're labeled too sensitive after setting a boundary. There's a lot of response. So it's like where you are. So like I said, think about where you are now. When you hear that, you set a boundary and they're telling you you're too sensitive because you are requiring boundaries around your life. And so the tool, pause and validate first. So again, what is this really about? I'm telling you I have boundaries and you want to tell me I'm being too sensitive. Why? What is at the root of that? What is really going on? What do we really need to talk about that's making you feel like because I want to put boundaries around my life, I'm being too sensitive? Is it because you don't know how to put boundaries around yours?
Or lack of respect.
Or lack of respect. So it's when we're dealing with conflict and we think about conflict resolution and conflict management, what we always have to do is put ourselves in the shoes of the other person versus automatically assuming the conflict is negative. And so the response, I felt dismissed just now. Because I'm setting a boundary and you're telling me I'm sensitive, you're dismissing my feelings and my needs for my life. So when you are dealing with people like that, again, where you are right now without the tools, how do you deal with someone who is trying to be dismissive of your boundaries, of the things that you need for yourself? And so again, with this toolkit, and I'm going through these pretty quickly because people took my time, but but I have the toolkits available for purchase if anybody needs them. And I wanted to give you all scenarios that range from business to family, personal relationships. The toolkit even has some for parent-child relationships because we know conflict there can be a lot, right? And so we know that when it deals with conflict with children, it's different because they're ours. And most times, they act like us. Who they learn it from? Where they get it from? Right. And so it's like when you're dealing with conflict with your children, you know that you have to look at it a different kind of way. It's a different kind of special because you arguing with yourself.
And sometimes the mamas, I don't have kids, but one time I had to tell my mom, you need to pause and take a breath. And she was like, who are you talking to? And I was like, you.
Ooh.
But it was respectful, but she
No.
was just,
We all said ooh because that's no real talk. Real talk. I will say we all said ooh because most of us in here are of a certain age where we did not do that. Sis said we would not be sitting here today. Like, however, that was a different time. It was a different time, and what she did was right. What she did was right. We have to recognize and realize that our children are people too. They're human. They are their own people. And because it's ingrained in us, be like, no, you don't, no. I had to, so some people in here know, I have a 31-year-old son who is my life. Love him. I have 3 children and a bonus child. My oldest son we're literally 20 years apart. Literally. I have never in my life, outside of my son, met anyone that knew who they were from the beginning. From the beginning. My son was 16. He was in high school. I'm from Baltimore. People I hear something, but I'm from Baltimore. And so my son was like, Ma, I'm going to college. I'm going to law school. I'm going to fix Baltimore. And I was like, oh, okay. And he did it. He did it. He graduated from high school. He graduated from college. He graduated from law school. He works in politics in Maryland. He has a 6-figure job. He is married. They have children. He owns his home. I have never in my life had never known anybody. So for me, as we ingrained, so as for me, when he turned 17, I'm like, oh, you need to get a job. You know what I mean? Because that's what we did. We got a job. We helped pay bills. We worked in the house. We did things. We had responsibilities. I don't want no job. But you got to do something. I'm in school. But you want money. I'm in school. And that was his thing. And I used to make fun of him because of my ignorance. Like, oh, you a lifetime student? Who does that? Like, what do you mean you've been in school for 8 years straight? He did it. And so that's why we have to realize that our children, although we have the way that we grew up and the things that we were taught, they're their own person and they're going to do their own thing. And so when it comes to conflict, we have to always recognize people for who they are and where they are and what they have going on in their life. So I'm going to stop rambling. This is a heated one. And I made this deck before what's going on right now, but a family member brings up politics at dinner, sparking heated opinions. How do you keep it respectful or do you leave? Now, I know a lot of us look alike, but we still, just because I made the mistake. Honestly, I was at an appointment with someone that looks like us, and we started having a conversation, and I made a statement because I assumed I was in a safe space. Not that it wasn't safe, but I assumed that I was in a space, I'm around my people. She was like, oh, I hate Biden. I was like, oh. Okay. And in that moment, I could have lashed out and created conflict or leaned into the conflict, but I was like, why? Why do you hate Biden? Oh, my father's in the military, my whole family, we're all Trump supporters. Okay. Do as you please, you know what I mean? But again, for me, only because I feel like because I had the tools, I was able to say, what about Trump do you like? She really didn't have an answer. So we started talking about some of the bills that had been passed, some of the things Biden did. She was like, oh, Biden did that? I was like, yeah. Oh, I thought Trump did that. No. Well, what else did Biden do? He did that. It's like, yeah. I was like, girl, don't you ever tell nobody you're a Trump supporter. I was like, you don't even know what you're supporting. You don't even know what you're supporting. Like, you are going based on what your family does, because again, and I mean, I hate to keep pointing at you, but our families have created who we are. And not everyone has the tools, not everybody has the guts, not everybody has the strength to go against their family. And so although she was uneducated about all of it, she was very proud to say she was a Trump supporter, and she had no idea what this man did, who he was, what Biden did, no policies, nothing. So again, going back to the card, where you are now, a family member sparks a heated debate over politics. My friend right here, what you thinking? How would you handle that? Do you leave? Do you stay respectful? Do I need to bring you the mic? Because she got this, she is like, girl.
So I think much like what you were saying, because this has happened, it wasn't a family member, it was my best friend, her spouse is a Trump supporter. And so all of us, who support the opposite, so it's always intriguing to hear. So I'm always trying to hear, like, tell me more, what is your thought process? And someone at the table is always going to have a rebuttal, kind of like how you did in the office. Well, what about this and what about that? But I don't argue. I don't go back and forth. I'm a listener, to kind of hear, what is the thought process. And then, I'll come with a comeback if I have it. But, yeah, I don't walk away from it. I learn from it.
Okay. You're interested. So a tool, and this tool is not just for that conversation, it's for any conversation. Use a 1 to 10 scale to check emotional intensity. So we going to check in with ourselves. We can check in with somebody close to us. But if you know that it's too hot, then a response. I don't want to win. I want us to understand each other.
Is it kind of safe to also say a very mature place in your life is that you can agree to disagree? Like that there's a form of maturity that comes with that, because I can hear what you're saying is you're expressing what your political views are and really not like I've died to my emotion about it.
I don't really agree to disagree is like the last resort for me. And that's just me. But agree to disagree means that we still are in conflict. We're still not on the same page. We're agreeing to disagree just because we want the conversation over. And so with wanting the conversation over, that's avoidance. So there's a term in conflict that is avoidance. It is avoidance style. Like, I avoid conflict, which is why at the beginning I asked, like, who avoids conflict? Because that is one of the most prevalent forms of conflict, is to avoid it. And so when you agree to disagree, that just means that we have not been able to get on the same page. And instead of agreeing to disagree, I disagree, but we can just move on. I disagree. I don't want to agree to disagree because I don't agree with you. Like, I don't agree. So how can we agree to disagree if I don't agree?
But in that scenario, in politics, you're not going to make him or her change their mind. So how do you end it?
You just ended. That's what. So yeah. So if go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's what I'm saying. The disagree. I agree to disagree. Seems like you're saying, "Hey, I respect your choice."
But I don't. But I don't.
So you just end the conversation.
Yeah. So if I don't, and I don't want us to stay on politics, but if there's a situation that happens and I do not agree with how you, I don't agree with how you're handling it. I don't agree with what you're saying. I don't agree at all. And so we can find a closing statement for this conversation.
Because that's the climate right now.
Yes, and so that's
I
why.
don't think that people deal with like right now.
And that's why the tool, I mean, you can end a conversation on, I don't want to win. I don't want to win. Like, we're not having this conversation as a competition. I don't want to win. I'm trying to understand. And if you can't help me understand, then we can move on to another conversation. Yes, ma'am.
So I had a similar situation
You're welcome.
where a friend of mine, very dear friend, long years when our boys were babies, wanted me to, ask me to vote for the president, governor of the state in an email with people that I didn't know, who were all friends of hers. And so I let it sit for a couple of days because I was not, you asked me for all these people, I feel like I need to respond to you and all these people. And I did, a couple of days later, to say that I'm voting for Stacey Abrams. And I said, why? And I haven't spoken with her since because she chose not to speak to me after that. And so I lost a friend during that conversation.
Was it really a friend?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I would say she was my friend because we went through divorces together, young children together, vacation together, and
I'm gonna respond to y'all too. Yeah.
Yes, we have a lot of commonalities. And I miss her, and I just kind of dismissed it. How long has Kim been in office? It's been that long.
Yeah.
It's been that long since I last spoke with her. I sent her Christmas cards. I still reach out, but I've not received anything from this minister lady.
Now she threw that in there. So,
It's just a matter of when.
Okay.
okay, here.
I was really trying not to.
Why you ain't recording?
Why
you ain't recording?
You didn't lose nothing. I just want to start. Like, you didn't lose nothing. Because anybody who knows the spirit, by the spirit, you know you didn't lose anything. Because when you've done nobody no harm, right? When you can really, like, it's a thing that really say that clean heart, pure heart, clean hands. And when you can say that, you owe nobody nothing. And I was like, you lost one. But I just say that because sometimes we as people, and your session is going so great, I'm not going to say that. I know, okay, really. Sometimes what happens is we as good people lose people that we care about. What you have to be mindful of is what you value may not be what they value. And when you start to value yourself, you remove people who don't understand your worth.
So, I want to say something a little different. I mean, Kay ain't wrong. Kay ain't wrong. However, and we, like I said, you have to always account for where a person is in their life. And so I will not minimize the fact that you lost a friend. You lost a friend. Now, did that friend lose you? Absolutely. However, wherever she is in her life does not give her the power, the strength, the ability to communicate how she felt in that moment. She does not have the ability, she does not have the tools, she does not have what is required of her to come to her friend and say, friend, I don't like that. And when someone does not have that power, you cannot expect them to be able to handle a situation the way that you would. So to Kay's point, you are still an amazing friend. You are doing the things that you are supposed to do as a friend. And like Tam and whoever said, she may or may not be back. And if she does come back, you may or may not accept her back. So you have to understand, yes, you lost a friend. However, that friend is conflicted. She is in her beliefs so deep And unfortunately, again, I don't know anybody in this room, whatever, I do not judge. However, we have seen that there are people right now who you would be like, how did you get here? How are you a doctor? How are you a lawyer? How do you have degrees? How are you so smart? But you are looking at what's happening in the world like, oh, this is fine. It's good. We're good. It's amazing. You are a liar. And you know it. And my grandma, your line of truth ain't in you, my grandmother used to say. But we know that there are some people who they are genuinely lost in their beliefs. And that is why she included all of those people on that email, because she had something to prove, not only to herself, but these people that are around her. She had to validate who you were to them. And she had to validate who you were to them, because again, we don't know the conversations that are happening on the other side. And those people may have been like, oh girl, she ain't your friend. Oh, she gonna vote for, watch, send this email. I bet you she tell you she gonna vote for Stacey. And you did. And you proved them right. And so groupthink is a thing. How many people have heard of groupthink? Groupthink is a thing. So in conflict, we learn about that too. Groupthink is a thing. When you are so ingratiated in a group, there's no more singular thought process. You have to think like the group. And so you are an amazing friend. She has an amazing friend. She just lost. Yes.
One thing on this friend front, though, is like the list that she listed. Oh, we've been over vacation. We kept each other kids. Yeah. A lot of times we think that defines a friend or means they were a friend. But in some situations, they were not. You all were doing life together, but they were not a friend. Like I just had to end. Right. Like I just had to end. Exactly. I just had to end a 30-year sisterhood with someone I thought was my sister. I'm with her on surgery day, all of these things, to find out that she's jealous of me, that she's telling people I copied her. Like, I copied my business ideal of creating a luxury kids hair salon, but the psychosis behind that is she wished she accomplished more. So because she didn't, she's going to attach to my accomplishments. So I just want us to be careful of, just because we do life with some people, not assuming that they're friends, and continue to check that sincerity. So when you have sincere people, hold on to them, because a lot of people are not sincere.
And here I go again. However, Ann, you are right. However, Ann, when we have a relationship with someone that spans families, years, relationships, hard times, bad times, good times, moving on up times, that is a friend. However, we also know that friends last for seasons. There are friends who, and I know I'm going to tell you, but I keep on telling, because I want you all, and I hate that we didn't get through the other cards, but I want you all to always think about, when we talk about conflict situations and relationships and things of that nature, always think about the other person as well. Not saying that you are excusing them from their behavior, saying that you need to think about it. She's jealous of you. That does not mean that she was not the best friend to you that she could be.
I agree with that.
So that's why I say, it's like, so I'm agreeing with y'all. However, you just also have to always leave grace, because not everybody knows how to be a solid friend.
Even we fall short. You've been the friend that wasn't being the friend.
Correct.
Their pint-sized love isn't that your gallon love.
What?
Look, you got She said that pint sign love don't match your gallon love. That's what she said. And I get it. I do. And I'm going to let Blair take it. I get it. I really do. I just want all of us, because there was, and I know we're removed from the fact that when people used to always say, oh, women can't get along, women too catty and all that other kind of stuff. We are well beyond that. However, to Medina's point, I want to make sure that all of us check in with ourselves, because we're not always the friend. And come here, friend. No, you, friend, don't do that. Sometimes we have times when we are with our friends, and because of where they are, we might feel like we're being a great friend, a good friend, a great friend. However, that's not what they need in the moment. It might not be what I need in the moment. But when you have a friend, like, friendships ebb and flow. You have people who talk to their friends every day. You have friends that talk to each other once a week, once a month, once a year. But when they come back together, it's like no time passed, because that relationship is intact. And so when you have someone that's giving you the best that they can, however, they got their own demons going on, they don't know what to do outside of jealousy, envy, anger, feeling less than, because they want something that you have. And even though they could get it, they don't know how. And the best thing that they know how to do is hate on you.
Yep.
Thank y'all.
This could be a whole conference in itself, a whole event in itself. Y'all give Adrian a round of applause. The reason why I injected this session into it, because as you're navigating through like your business, your life, conflict has a way to weigh in on you and have you thinking that you are the problem. And sometimes you are. That's accountability, understanding when you're the problem, but it can tarnish good relationships too.
Yeah.
And that's what I had to learn. I always pride myself in knowing that I do good business and I handle my friendships well, because I don't strive to be in conflict with them.